Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Okay, I am so sorry, I cannot even wait. Okay, so I ordered something from Colourpop. It's one of their new collections. And when I tell you, my inner fangirl came out. So Colourpop released a High School Musical collection, and I knew immediately that I had to have it. But now it's time to open, and we're gonna do this together. What team? Wildcats, you guys. Wildcats in the house. Everybody say it now. Yeah, I told you, I'm a fangirl. I think I was literally in like 8th grade when the movie came out. I also feel like I have to give Zac Efron a shout out for evolving with my personal interests, going from a 14-year-old to now a 30-year-old and still chef's kiss. Well done, sir. Well done. Okay, so I'm not sure where I want to start. Okay, we'll start with the palette because I can't stand it anymore. I love that this one's vertical like a yearbook. You guys. And naturally, we have to swatch them. So that was the East High Pressed Powder palette. It is a 15 pan palette. So a quick initial review while I was swatching these. Some of the lighter shimmer shades I really had a tough time with, namely Big Game and Chad. They were just a little bit harder. They weren't as creamy as I'm used to. The pigment wasn't really there either, and the shimmer was just kind of eh. So next up we have the Showbiz. This is their cream gel liner trio, and we have these shades Exit, Spring Musical, and In This Together. So all three of these shades are very creamy. The application was very smooth. They just glide right on. The gold is supposed to be a true gold. I find it a little bit more on the yellow side than the true gold side personally. All right, next up in the collection, we have their Just a Tint lippies. So these are a lip crayon. They are not meant to be incredibly full coverage. Obviously, otherwise they wouldn't be called Just a Tint. So referring back to my card again, these are sheer glossy hues of pinky nude, hot pink, or cherry red. So let's open them up and see what we have. Pop and lock. We have clearly chosen the hot pink. All right, back of the hand we go. Ooh, that is incredibly creamy and smooth, lightweight. I have never owned one of their tint products or crayons, and this feels amazing. Let's put it on the lips really quick and see how it goes. So as vibrant as this pencil is, this is actually very wearable. Hot pinks can be a little intimidating for a lot of people. Beautiful shade, but a lot of people don't find a lot of wearability out of it. This is the perfect way to do it because it's subtle, it's a little bit understated, but still gives a really pretty pop of color. And again, this was the shade Pop and Lock. All right, next up is our Cello shade. So let's see what we have here. I'm gonna guess this is the pinky nude. Watch it be the bright red. And it's the bright red. Okay, so here we have the Cello shade. This is the red. Again, nice, literally looks like a crayon. So here's the back of the hand. Again, nice, glossy, gentle red. These also have a very gentle fragrance to them, and for the life of me, I cannot figure out what it is. Grapefruit, maybe? So here is the red. This is the shade Cello. So the last remaining color is Status Quo, and this one is the Pinky Nude. It literally can't be anything else. Okay, so here is Status Quo, which is that beautiful pinky nude color. I forgot to mention on the last two that these are twist up. Let's swatch the back. Ooh, that's a beautiful nude. I'm really excited about this one. Ooh, these definitely have a fragrance. I think it's grapefruit. I can't tell. Okay, so there's Status Quo. I think these are really nice. They feel really nice on the lips. They do have again, a slight fragrance to them, which I missed the first time, but they definitely all have the same fragrance. It doesn't bother me, except for the fact that I can't put my finger on what it is, but my brain recognizes the smell from something. I want to say grapefruit, but I have no idea. If you know what it is, please let me know. It's driving me nuts. All right, so last but not least, we have the pressed powder blushes. Now again, the color shades we're supposed to get in these are a pinky nude, a bright pink, and a red tone. So the colors are Wildcats, Freaky Genius Girl, and Playoffs. I am not sure which one's which, so let's start taking guesses. We're gonna start with Wildcats, and I'm gonna guess that this one's the red one. Of course, I was wrong last time, so who's up for being wrong again? Here's the pack. Wrong again. Literally the opposite. This is the pinky nude, but I love this color. So we've got it's like a very gentle nude, not trying to flip anybody off or anything. So let's check out the other two, and then when we do the look, we'll figure out which one we want to do. Up next, we have Freaky Genius Girl. I'm going to guess hot pink. Haha! Finally, I got one right. This is the hot pink. Again, I love a pink blush. Maybe it's because of my skin tone, I don't know. We got hot pink. Don't mind the cat scratches on the back of my hands. I had to brush my cat this morning. He's a long hair and he gets mats, and he doesn't like it. These are blending fairly nicely obviously with my finger, a lot like my regular pressed powder blushes do. So far they seem to be pretty on track with your typical Colourpop blushes. If you are familiar with them, I would say that these are gonna be very close. I'll reserve final judgment until I actually put them on. Initial thought is they seem very, very close. So the last shade we have is Playoffs. Again, same packaging. It's definitely not red. It's got a very peachy undertone to it. It's pretty, it's very pretty. So that is the full High School Musical collection. I purchased the PR collection, which comes with the card and the themed box. That was $99, and the regular collection is $95. So that being said, let's do a look with this. Let me put my face on, and then we'll come back and finish up the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. All right, so my face is done, and now it's time to finish it up. So we have the palette, the eyeliner, the cheeks, and the lips. So obviously we're gonna start with the palette, and I'm not 100% sure what I wanna do. I think I wanna use a red and a gold. So that being said, we're gonna start with my crease shade or my transition shade, and we're going to use this shade right here, which is That a Cell Phone? Okay, so as I'm pressing this on, this is going on pretty pigmented, as you can see. So I actually need to buff this out a little bit more now. So we're just gonna do some swipes and some swirls to get it all blended in. So now we're gonna deepen the crease, and I want to take this shade right here, which is the shade Scholastic Decathlon. So we're gonna go with the red, which is this shade right here, and that's Something New. So now we're gonna do the inner corner. We're gonna take this shade right here, which is Student Body. And this kind of has a Super Shock texture. If you're familiar with their Super Shock shadows, you know how creamy they are. If you're not, their Super Shock shadows are kind of like a bouncy, creamy texture that give like a cream to powder finish. They're absolutely amazing. If you want to try them out, go to their website, give them a shot. I cannot recommend them enough. I have like a ton of their shades. They go on like an absolute dream. But I would say in typical Super Shock fashion, we're gonna need to use our finger. Much better. Now I want to deepen up the outer corner, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this shade right here, which is the shade Detention. It's also one of the darker shades in the palette. I'm gonna take that same dense brush, and I'm just gonna kind of gently tap in the corner. Now to finish off the brow bone, I'm going to take the shade Twinkle Town right here, and we're gonna put it just up under the brow. This is another Super Shock formula, so we're gonna do the finger again. Yeah. Okay, so I think I wanna bring this look together by using the gold liner, which is the shade In This Together, and we're gonna do that in the waterline and underneath, and we're gonna kind of see how this turns out. All right, so we've cleaned up the eyes, and it's time to pick a blush, and I think we need to go with the reddish tone since we end up going with red on the eyes, which is going to be the shade Playoffs. So we're gonna take our blush and a powder blush brush, which I don't use often because most of the blushes I use are creams, just personal preference. And we're gonna dip into this gently, and that's a gentle dip. And you can see there's a lot of red on here. It's a little frightening, so let's gently tap this on and see what we get. This is definitely giving like summer break sunburn, which I suppose is, you know, take me back to high school, and I almost always came back with a sunburn because I'm fair. This might be a little much for me. You can still kind of see some of my freckles, some of my hyperpigmentation peeking through. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm a little sensitive to that sunburn blush look that everybody loves because I used to burn so much. I just don't understand why I would want to look sunburnt. I used to get that a lot without the blush. All right, mascara is on. I'm starting to warm up to the flushed just out of the sun look. I think putting mascara on is so important because sometimes it brings the whole thing together. All right, so we're gonna finish it up with the other red shade. This is the shade Cello again. Just thought it would stay on theme with the red because I'm kind of starting to feel it now. Oh yeah. All right there, Wildcats, there you have it. What do we think? Is it giving Team Spirit? I feel like it's giving Team Spirit. Overall, I am very pleased with how the reds turned out, especially on the cheeks and the eyes. I love a red lip, but sometimes the cheeks and the eyes can either make me look sunburnt, like we discussed, or on the eyes, it can make it look like I've been crying for days on end. However, I think this worked out very well. I am really, really happy with the result. Overall, I really like this collection. Do you need the whole collection if you've already got extensive Colourpop inventory? Probably not. I probably could have done without the eyeliners. I don't really wear red liner. I may try that out as a lip liner, actually. The gold is fine. I don't think it's anything special for me. And as I mentioned, I already have the white. I think the real stars of the collection for me are the lip products. The palette is very pretty. I think I have some similar shades spread out across quite a few palettes that I already have, but I really, really love the lip products. And I will say the blush does perform just like the rest of their pressed powder blushes. It's highly pigmented, it goes on beautifully with a brush. And again, I didn't need a lot. It just laid on so nicely. Overall, I would say that I'm glad that I purchased the bundle, if nothing else, for the nostalgia. I love, love, love High School Musical still to this day. I think the palette is surprisingly wearable. You see reds and purples and pinks and blues, and sometimes you're like, where am I gonna wear that? But if toned down with neutrals, you'd be surprised what you can get. I think this look is very wearable. Now, granted, I did tone it down a little bit. I didn't do a false lash. I didn't do eyeliner on the top, and I did that on purpose. I think if I wanted to glam it up, I could do that, and that takes it next level. Let me know if there's any other colors or combinations you guys want to see. Leave a comment down below to let me know. I'm looking forward to playing with this palette a little bit more. I definitely think I need to do something crazy and pink for Sharpay, who was so annoying to me when I watched the movies, but I still memorized every word to the song Fabulous from the second movie. And there you have it. I hope you guys had fun, and I hope you guys have a great day. If you're not, I hope it gets better so soon, and I really hope you have the opportunity and the time to take some time for yourself. It is so important. Be kind, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.